Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at Neca's April O'Neil figure. What can I say? This took 7 months to get here. Well, 7 months from the date of pre-order, because this was available in April of this year. And it's been a little bit of a headache. I just kept getting emails that it was pushed off, and finally it arrived about 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I'm kind of speechless. Like, I've really been wanting this. I've wanted it to be here. It's here. And now I'm sort of just like, okay, it's here. Fine. As a matter of fact, it showed up. I was like, cool. Set it aside and didn't touch it for like 2 weeks. So yeah. I have looked at it, not opened it up, and it looks pretty amazing. But we'll get into it right now. All right, so here we have April in all her News Channel 3 glory. It is a really great figure. Like the Danny figure before it, it's going to be a little fragile, especially in the ankle joints, the wrists and elbows. The plastic parts for her arms and legs are very, very thin, so I would caution you on just ripping her out of the package and start moving her around. I would be extremely gentle, although the articulation seems to be fine in the bigger joints and even in the elbows. But be very, very careful with the wrists especially. Seems like her ankles are okay-ish, fairly loose. So far, so good. So I think you guys will be okay. Just be extremely careful just in case. Now, April did come with her own little black stand, and that's fine. But I immediately don't like the fact that this stand is so small. She can barely stand on it, and so I just chose to go with the bigger Neca stands that I have already. Now, I know that the actress who played April spent a lot of time perfecting this figure with Neca, and it shows. It really does. From her skirt pattern to her purse, it's all very detailed and pretty top-notch. As a matter of fact, I would rank this up there with some of sorry, I was about to say Hot Toys. Ignore me. Some of Neca Toys' more decent figures. Probably in their top 10, top 5 of this year. Along with Frankenstein and Part 7 Jason. Now, let's break down the figure itself. We have a standard feature head. It has some rubbery looking hair, and that's good for articulation especially. She can look down pretty good, and can look up just a tiny bit. She has, again, a rubber style vest and a rubber style skirt. The vest is pretty standard looking paint wise. Just a couple browns used in that for washes. Her shirt is a base maroon color and has sort of a blackish blue checker in it, and that's looking pretty good. You can even see the reverse of the shirt here on the cuffs, and that's really cool because it's a completely different color. It ends up being sort of a orange checker instead, just like when she would have her sleeves rolled up. The skirt is, I want to say it's kind of snake skin or leopard skin. It's very hard to tell, but it's clear that there's a pattern there and it works. From what I remember, the actress had some of these clothing pieces left over, and most likely sent pictures to Neca of what she wore as April, which is really cool. She has a little wristwatch that's nicely painted. You can see a silver face and a gold band on that. And you get down to April's pantyhose and maroon looking shoes. High heels, as a matter of fact. My number one complaint, I guess, overall is just this goofy knee articulation Neca has decided to go with. It honestly looks horrendous, to be honest with you. And it's not just because I was used to the old articulation. Like the Casey figure, the Ultimate Casey figure, it looks pretty horrible to have the kneecaps exposed in this way and not what they used to use, because that seemed more fluid with the figure. And this isn't. You have these weird cut-off areas. It almost looks like she has short shorts underneath the skirt. It's very odd. Now, as far as paint apps go, this is excellent. It's great. She looks like April. The hair is nice and auburn reddish. The paint job's done well. Except when you whip around to the back of the figure and you look at the knee joints. They're completely and absolutely not painted. They either weren't painted or there's a lot of rub off there. If I looked at the back of the figure very long, that would annoy the hell out of me. But luckily, I won't be staring at her ass anytime soon, or her legs per se. But yeah, the minor complaint about the kneecaps and the uncolored joints. Moving on, she comes with a smiling head, and that looks quite a bit like the other. Just a smile. Paint is done well. It does look a lot like the actress, and I'm happy with that. The eyes are painted well. There's a bit of shading around the cheeks and the forehead, and it works. It works really well. From there, we have, if you remember, Raph's Sai. She essentially steals this off of them. Well, in the opening scene, they attack some thugs. I can't remember if they were foot or not. They were attacking April. They attack them in the dark, and Raph leaves his Sai behind angrily. She snatches it up, and that leads her to the turtles during the rest of the movie. The Sai is pretty nice. It's a black handle. I wish it was sort of brown, but looks pretty good. Along with that, we have April's purse, and this is really well painted, to be honest with you. It has that sort of Santa Fe, I don't know, I want to say Santa Fe kind of pattern, Southwest pattern to the purse. It even has an opening. As a matter of fact, I'm shocked to see that the purse actually opens. But you can see that, and I'm guessing you can put Raph's Sai inside like she did in the opening of the movie. Of course, that would go under her arm here, and you could just sort of leave it over her shoulder like that. No problem. But, well done. Nice print pattern. Nice leather work. Good job. Good job. Now we have, what, some pizza boxes, I guess. I'm assuming this is just a little extra that they threw in to go with the accessory pack that they put out. I missed out on that. I hate that I missed out on that. But what are you going to do? But here's a stack of pizza boxes. Pretty neat if you're going to do a diorama for the turtles. Up next is her Channel 3 microphone. It comes with a little bit of a cable there. What you would do with that, I don't know. I guess it's just meant for you to, you know, position behind her and it look kind of like she's doing a newscast. But has a wire in it, so you can position that however you want, and will nicely fit in her hand, no problem. As far as hands go, she has the pair she comes with, open palmed. She has two holding hands for the microphones. You can see one of those here. And then the other. On this particular hand, you can see a little thumb ring that she's wearing, which is a cool addition. You get a fist, so she can sock a couple foot in the face. That don't make much sense, but if you're a Turtles fan, it does. And then she has a pointer finger, which is easy to use when she's in deep discussion with Casey Jones. By that, I mean fighting. But, yeah, I can't say too much that's horrible about the figure. The joints were loose enough, so I'm surprised by that. And probably won't be a problem for you guys out there. Again, main complaint is the joints. That's it, as far as the bad kneecaps and the unpainted joints in the back. Overall, yeah, I would place this in my top 5, along with Frankenstein and New Blood Jason. Hopefully I'll add another to my top 5 this year, which will be the American Werewolf Kessler Wolf. But again, that's one that is lagging in shipping. But hopefully you enjoyed that review, and I hope you will stick around for more to come. I'm going to start expanding the channel, and hopefully you will hang in there with me as I add new additions to my collection. Catch you next time.